Greetings, traveler.
I won't let you down. I won't let you down.
Alright, give me one moment. Alright. Some more smork. Finally. A real class. Smork. Smork. Oh, it has. I'm guessing we still go primordial, but man, Jebaited is so good. Jebaited is so good. Alright, we're getting some dragon memes. Some dragon memes. See what we do with them. Feels like we're gonna be pretty happy with the dwarf. Yoink. Sure. I actually like the 1 mana make a beast attack something. A lot of the time that ends up being pretty annoying for the opponent. Get arcane shots as well, right? Take the quick shot. This reminds me, I had a comment on YouTube from around a while back, so like he only just saw it. And we're playing Sharkfin Fan and Rogue, and the comments like, man, Sharkfin is so incredibly bad. Even in Rogue, it's just gonna be a 2/2 that summons a 1/1. I'm like, that's a good card. A 2/2 summoning a 1/1's a good card. Like, it was weird. Like, I didn't understand the comment. It was just trash talking Sharkfin Fan saying that it was terrible to summon a 2/2 that makes a 1/1. It's like, no, that's not a bad card. That's actually kind of decent. All right. Anyways, little trivia aside, what are we doing here? I'm thinking tracking. It's usually better than settling, right? I'll take another one. The taunt's pretty annoying. But I'm not sure if I want to settle for a 3/5. I don't know. The 3/5 might be good enough. I don't want the Arcanosmith. I'm thinking I'll like it one more. Ooh. Sharpshooter's really good. But we have 1/3. We have 3 1s. I'm thinking Firehawk, potentially. I kind of want to Lightforge this and see. I think that the Sharpshooter might still be the pick just because we can do it on turn 3. And then it's like 3 mana, 1/3, Battlecry, deal 2, which is fine. No, they have Firehawk higher by default. Alright. Think I'm alright with it then. Get some Demotion there. Brigands? Different deck. Actually had some fun with that in Warrior. Hey, I think I'll take that over Freezing. Freezing's not bad though. Ooh, Freezing's not bad though. Do we have any Beast synergy right now? Potentially some out of Spellkin. The one thing I'd say versus Freezing is that we don't really have other 2 mana cards to combine with on turn 4. But it might be fine. Had a deck with 2 Freezing Traps recently. I want to see how well that did. 12 wins. Yes, that was pretty good. It's still 3 mana better than a Spider Tank? No, right? Spider Tank's better. But it's, like, the problem with this is that a lot of the time in the mid to late game, it turns a situation where you would be able to race into a situation where you have to trade something because you're afraid of dying. If you play it on curve, it's really good. After that, it starts to be a bit more annoying. I'll still take the Freezing. What? Why do some cards highlight keywords in the draft? It is a bug. That's all we can say about that. Man, this is unplayable, huh? Nope. This is one of those picks where you have to retire the draft. It's unfortunately, we're gonna have to pick a really bad card for a deck. Blah. Blah. Alright, Draconid. You're on the team. Are Le Double Freezing Trap or Le Shattered Sun Cleric? Freezing Trap better card. Shattered Sun better card for our deck. I like the Taskmaster Coin Shattered Sun play we can set up, right? Seems like a very fun play to make. Little debated. Master Swordsmith or Pansus Paidru? We have Corruptor. We have Mukla. We got Dwarf. Like a Disposer. Ooh, Sharpshooter's the better card. Spellzerker makes the curve a little smoother. I'll take a Sharpshooter. I'll just grab a Yeti here. The weapon's not bad, but need that mid-range body to play. Ooh, Toxic Reinforcement's actually kind of fun, but it's not better than a Tyrant, right? We did not pick a weapon. Guess I could pick another 6/6. Ah, a weapon. Doesn't lose durability while you control a dragon. That's kind of a tough pick here versus these two premium cards. I think that's the first Stormhammer I've seen all expansion, so kind of exciting to play with. We don't want this 1-drop, but we... Oh my god, man. That's 4 Sharpshooters offered. I don't even know if we mind it. That's a weird deck. The curve's a bit awkward. It's probably going to be too annoying for us. Rexar versus Rexar. Bloop, 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 bloop. How far did the priest go? 9. 999. Too many 1-drops, 3 and 3. No, not 3 and 3, I would say. Because Sharpshooters aren't 1-drops, right? They're like 3 drops, 4 drops, 5 drops. You can weave them in there. Ah, yes, the classic. The one, the only, Coin Hero Power! Oh my god, debated. He threw me off with that Coin Hero Power. What a mastermind. What a mastermind. Outplayed on every conceivable level right now. With the buff, using my own cards against me. Holy crap, when does it end? When does it end, ladies and gentlemen? Whoa. Making me feel bad about my positioning, even though I couldn't do anything about it. Psychological Warfare. Mana efficiency. Weaving in that extra arcane shot. Ooh. Unlucky there. Top deck Pit Fighter. Alright. We'll see how this ends. Got the Bear Shark. Yep. Hitting the button. Very important. Using the untargetable minion to play around my Sharpshooter and potentially extra damage I would draw. This is getting rough. How many wins did you reach with the priest? We went 9. Ever thought about casting Hearthstone? See, I don't know if I can do it seriously, right? I just like, I mean, these kind of games, right? You can either just sit here, right? Or you can just have some fun with it. So I usually prefer to have fun with it. Oh, his name is For the Horde. It all makes sense now. Smork. Casting Hearthstone to return to your tavern. He's 10 points behind, even though he started out strong. That's just unfortunate, really. And some technical difficulties on our opponent's side. Really just denying him that victory. It's unfortunate. Sure, I'll take a card. And sure, I'll play some other cards. Again! Bring it on. I'm gonna keep the arrow. I love the arrow. You've seen Gritting Goats coin hero power when playing Hunter? Well, not on turn 1, which is what he referred to. I've coined hero power for sure. But not on turn 1. No, sir. Nothing but a bunch of big bears. Alright, Skywalker. Just you and me now. Ooh. Another strong. Ooh, the double target. The double target, baby. I'm gonna coin the Blade Master here. And I'm gonna expect to hero power 1-drop next turn. Gotcha. The 1-3 looks OP. It's strong. It's strong. Dire Mole with a significant upside. No, not a beast though. Not a beast. It's actually uncommon for me to be okay with proc and bear, but quick shot and another 1-drop is just fine. So I'm gonna proc the bear. Or get my 1-drop frozen, that's also perfectly fine. I might just replay it. Nah, we want to track then, right? We want to play all 3. Yeah, we do. Alright, so next turn, we can hero power quick shot. We can hero power ooze. We can ooze quick shot. I'm looking at the mana efficiency and I'm looking at this ooze, right? I think it fits better than a Firehawk, even though Firehawk's fine. We could also just jam the ooze now, but I'll save the well, not necessarily the flexibility, but the upside. I'll save the upside of potentially killing the weapon. Hey, Onion Knight. He doesn't have bow. No, he doesn't. But he might have something we want to ping. He might have something we want to quick shot. And then the ooze fits a lot nicer. Like now I could trade ping ooze. Couldn't have pinged with the other 2. And we're also developing 3 damage as much as the ooze, so I like it more this way. It's also harder to deal with these bodies than just the 2 health here. I'll give him an emote to see if he realizes he didn't pass. If he doesn't pass now, then we won't emote anymore. Because it might just be what he wants. Alright, looks like we're gonna sit here for a little bit. Maybe he just had to go to the bathroom. Who knows? Who knows? Dunk. Alright. The bleep. Bloop. Shablammy. Could also just be a disconnect. Who knows, right? Nobody knows. This Toast tweet is great. Toast going, I'm at a Chinese restaurant with my family. My mom goes, how come no one recognizes you? I thought you were famous. Oh, that's great. That's quality. Quality right there. 2 DCs in a row? No, not a disconnect, unfortunately. We got a Rooper. We got ourselves a Rooper on our hands. Dun 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 dun. It's a decent explosive shot. Let's hope he doesn't have it. He's cooking New Year's Eve dinner, right? Yeah. He's just checking, right? Checking on his oven. Cutting some veggies. Taking care of his 5-year-old. Who knows? Let's assume he's a nice person. Smiley face. Yeah, it's a good explosive shot. Unfortunately, we couldn't position this over here. That'd be kind of cool if you could choose where those cards get went, but it's alright. Hey, Nex. Happy New Year's. Happy 31st. Weird champ. It's maybe not great. You can leave it on, Stein, honestly. For at least January, it's alright. And a 10, and a 13, and a 1 mana off. Pog you. I don't think it matters, chat. I'm gonna be blunt here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Got him.
Push forward.
Alright. Let's see if we can get a bit more of a standard match now. A little bit of back and forth, you know. How old is Muffin anyway, Shady? About 1.5. Her birthday is in April, I believe. We didn't get her on her birthday, obviously, so I never remember 100%. I'm honestly kind of okay just keeping the hand. We don't have many 4s, so the Yeti's interesting. And this allows us to fix our mana. Right? Are you doing push-ups between games? No, I'm stretching. It kind of looks like push-ups, but your legs stay on the floor. Are those blue light glasses? They are. They are indeed. They're called gunners. Wow. Not much is happening here, huh? Ha. Hmm. Like, quality on an oversized stick is pretty okay, I guess. I guess it's not oversized, but for the effect it absolutely is. Your legs don't stay on the floor when doing push-ups. Been doing push-ups wrong all my life. Monk ass. Your feet do, right? But your legs don't. No. Is Crusher for potential 9-9 not better? I'm not sure if you're being serious, and it scares me. I'm free. Alright, hero powering doesn't really make too much sense, right? I think we just pit fighter. I'm just entertaining the thought of killing the 3-3, but it just puts you in a more annoying spot later. We'll just do this. Ramming speed's pretty annoying as well. It's the weird English feet legs thing. Yeah, alright. Having a different word for legs and feet. It's crazy. Crazy English language, I say. Wait, why did we not kill the 5-6? Legitimately confused right here. Faces is pretty decent here, right? Sets up for your Mukla. Using his minion to protect his face. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. It's pretty weird. He's scared. Scurvy Doge. I mean, Mukla and trade isn't the worst. I just don't really like trading. Could just play the 6-6 and smack him, right? It's probably better. I'm gonna play this, because he needs to get rid of both, right? To not be dead. So it just helps me tie some stuff up. Because he might have 2 damage, right? And then he would trade here and kill it. But then he's not trading here, and it's still good to develop it. But if he trades here, we've got 11, 13, 15 with the Mukla. So it's probably worth developing it just for pressure. Oof, that's nasty. Does your language have different words for feet and legs in English? I mean, I'd assume it's pretty standard. How else do you have any sort of medical distinguishment between a patient's feet and legs, right? Amputating a foot or a leg is, you know, sort of relevant. So I'm not sure if you're being serious. Oh, the tyrant is so annoying for us here. Varanus and Freezing Trap might be better. He can't clear both the doors, right? Because we know he's got a dragon in his hand. And when we know he's got a dragon in his hand, we don't want him to tyrant. Oh, actually, if I'm Mukla, he can't tyrant me anyway. Yes, maybe Mukla is better. Yeah, play it now. Play it now. Play first. En passant. En passant. So is that a debated arrow? I see. It might be. If you put him the one he can't tyrant, really? You might be onto something here. Bring it on. I was considering the dwarf there, but it'd only be the dwarf and the one. I think we prefer this, right? Gotcha. Don't hit me with the weapon, bruh. Don't do me dirty like that, bruh. I might just pick the Hungry Dragon, to be honest. Just curve him. I don't think it's a Ysera kind of game, and my board seems pretty good for Scorcher. So, or too good to play Scorcher. So I'm just gonna grab the grab the boy. How much gold should I start? Should I save to start playing Arena? It depends on how much effort you want to put into it, really. That's good, but we don't really need it, right? I think we make this attack and see what's up. Sure.
You are not the boss of me.
So, if you want to invest a lot of time and effort, the most efficient way would be to set up an alternate server or two alternate servers. That can either be an alt account, or that can be you playing on, you know, Asia, Americas, Europe, depending on where you originally play. I'm gonna do my turn first, and then we'll continue talking about this. Seems like a decent-ish time to open the box. Having to attack into a bear with a 5/6 sort of sucks. So I'm considering just jamming the 5/6 here and then just dwarfing this to kill the bear and then putting another sharpshooter down. It's a little weird. You could also ghoul and then ping trade this. That's not too bad, actually. Actually, don't hate that. Whoa. Explosive trap. Alright. Yeah, so if you're playing a lot, right, and you want to invest some time and effort, you get quests on all the different regions. this kind of game. All right, so you get so you get quests on all the different regions, and you use the gold you get there to practice, and then your main account you actually you don't play, and you just do your quests, and then you save up gold on your main account while you use the gold on the throwaway accounts to practice. And then eventually you'll get to a point where you're strong enough as a player to not need that the alternate accounts anymore, and you'll just have a bunch of gold to start with because you saved up there. So, but that's only if you want to invest some time and effort into it. So I mean, that is an explosive trap in 95+% of the cases, if not more. So I don't think we take him up on the is it really? I don't know, man. Could be. I think we might just put the corruptors down now. No, let's go Spellkin this turn, right? Let's go Spellkin this turn. We don't have to go too crazy. Cleared away. Ooh, nice. Trigger minus death rattle. Doesn't do much yet. Cleared away is absolutely relevant. Do we have the last one? We do not. Pepe hands. Alright, we just need to randomly get it. Which is a shame. I'm not missing anything in my chat. There's 2 rush minions. And I don't see the last one. I actually don't see the last one, right? The crowd rooster. Roosting that crowed. Hello there, beautiful. How are you doing today, Mukla? Alright, so if he has an answer to Mukla, we're sad. Because we can't actually bring him all out of range. That was honestly, maybe I shouldn't have traded with the dragon for exactly that reason, but who knows, who knows. Oh well. We're definitely going to try. We're absolutely going to try. If he doesn't have the 3 damage for the Mukla now, he is in deep shit. Ah! Oh man, this ghoul. This ghoul was made for smorking. And that's just what it'll do. One of these days, these ghouls gonna smork all over you. Alright, so ordering here. How much can I smack him for to begin with, right? Mukla is 4, Ghoul is 10. Ghoul is going to be pumped up to 11 from the thing that dies. So that's 15 plus another buff. That's 16 plus the actual hero power. That's 18 plus the Dark Iron Dwarf. That's 20. And I could even put the tournament FMT down to push 21. And then when I push 21, he... Yeah, I like that actually, right? So you attendee first. I think you also dwarf, right? And that way he's going to go into hero power range, right? Yeah, and now you just ping him. Save sharpshooter with faces? Well, you don't save it, right? It still dies. You just damage your corruptors. And this way he's dead to the ping, so he needs to do a lot of work. Yeah, silent sword. That's a good way to go about it. If you have the time and you want to put in the effort, that is, because you do need to get the level 10 with all classes in order to play Arena these days. So if you haven't done that already, that might be too much effort for that. But if you don't mind setting it up, it's a very good long-term thing to acquire gold. That was a really good Mukla. It's not common that Mukla is good in Hunter, but that was a really good Mukla. I'm not sure on this dwarf. I think it's a little ambitious to keep it. It can work out really nicely if we hit the 1. But I'm not sure if I want to take the chance on that. I'm just going to try for the 1. Not the one I was talking about. We'll see. Give me the 1, baby! Alrighty. Looks like we can pick up that dwarf now. And I think we should. It's a little awkward into True Silver. But you're probably not going to play Ooze before he True Silvers, so... sort of a win-win situation. He either has it or he doesn't, right? That one drop, man. That one drop would have done a lot of work. I'm still going to coin a 3 here. I like the ability to get around the true silver. Although our dwarf is likely going to be just a 4/4, because we're going to play the poison on 3, meaning that buffing this has almost no use.
Not on my
Hey Al, congratulations, man. Yeah, that's the first time zone to hit it, right? World first, 2020, right? All right. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year. We probably need an evasive worm for this kind of game. First one was 3 hours ago. All right. Never mind. Call it off. Take it back. Uncongratulated. I said it. Alright, Ooze and Freezing Trap is a play. But freezing the 2/2 Divine Shield Giver is a little bit awkward. We are getting owned right now. Oh god. Oh, that doesn't work that way though, right? Sure. We're okay with that. I think you just develop the 3 and 6. Just the most stats you can. The 4/5 dies to his worm. The 3/6 will at least take the 1 and 2 with it. Even though I don't love this. I've got good cards in my hand for the next few turns, so I'm just going to play maximum tempo. Normally, I think you would hold this in your hand to try and swing the board, but you have a good 6, you have a good 7, you have a good 8, so it's going to take a while before this swings the board. So it's probably better to put this here. Oh, wow, yeah. Yeah, deal. Sure, I mean, that's fine, right? Like, he can draw. We have power, some real good power. Oh, I was gonna freeze it. It's actually not too bad. You can just put the Yeti down and the Ooze, and then if he kills the Yeti, you can shoot it next turn, right? So Yeti Ooze seems fine. Just take it slow. He just did exactly what we needed him to do. He stopped his aggressive push on the board to draw cards. It's not bad for us at all. Yeah, we're gonna blow him out here. This is the end of his push. He's gonna have to work to get the board back. I'm not gonna play the other sharpshooter because he might just jam a tyrant then. But I will develop the freezing trap. That's gross. Yeah, real nice here. He should have probably seen that coming, given how easily I gave up that Yeti there. Who knows? Are we gonna get a tyrant? Feels like we're gonna get a tyrant. He's looking at the dude here. Ooh, that's a really, really good corruptor for him. It's a very nice freezing trap off. Alright, what are we doing? You could play the Tyrant. You're probably not playing the Draconite, because he can just hero power Corruptor and kill it. I'm a little reluctant to play Tyrant, because we're guaranteed to get a good Tyrant with the second Corruptor, right? Hero power? Yeah, for dominance. But then if you're not playing Tyrant, what are you doing? You're playing Worm, and then he kills the Worm anyway, and that sucks. So, probably not. Probably just jamming our guy. That was just a really, really good answer to my freezing trap. I played it mainly to get around his evasive Worm, or just to have the mana developed already. That was just, yeah, that was a really good answer. Maybe I should have just hero powered. No, I already pinged, right? I did already ping. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that is really annoying. Holy crap. Oh my god, that is so good. I just lose the game off that, huh? Whoo. There's no way for me to kill it. And he's going to transform it. That's not good. So you know that he has to play Corruptor next turn. It's a guaranteed 7 mana spent on Corruptor. So his turn is likely Corruptor Dude. So if he has 2 4/4s with rushes, you could argue that you just played a Draconid to force him to not get anything out of the Lurker, because he can't kill it off, obviously, right? He can't attack with this. So if you play the Draconid, he's going to have to transform this and then put both into the Draconid. And then you can even get 2 sharpshooters down and work with those next turn. I hope he doesn't have a way to spend his 3 mana properly, because it's going to suck. That's the best I can do here, to try to channel the 4/4s into this thing. But if he has a good way to spend 3 mana and, you know, make the trades more appealing, we are in, yeah, I don't know how we come back from that. It's already going to be difficult right now. That was just a really nice answer to my 410. I guess Worm first and Tyrant after that would have been better. No, because he just Corruptors into your Worm, right? And then you still don't have 2 targets and you're still in that spot. So I think it's better to do it the way we did it. Luckily, he did not have a way to spend his mana, so I think we're still in it, right? And this feels like a pretty straightforward spend mana on these things. Alright, so we got the board. Because we know he was restricted to the 7 mana Corruptor. That's the one thing we had going for ourselves going into that turn. We knew that 7 mana was locked up into that freezing trap Corruptor. We took advantage of it, playing the 7/7, knowing that he was going to be 1 damage short on the board from sending 4/4s, from not having to send the 4/4s in. Alright, that's potentially an okay hit. Let's see. We do not have mechs on the board. We can still target our hero power. If we target our hero power here, this goes to 8. We jam the Worm in it, it goes to 3. We can potentially trade all the small things in and then keep a 5/1, but that doesn't really seem worth it. I think I'm just fine not worming them and just going with the 6/6 and ping. And then try to get a better Worm. Let's see what he does. Found Hammer. It's unfortunate. Happens. Probably taking out our ping guy. That's not bad. It's not bad. I think we just do that for a turn, because I'm still not seeing a great Worm. And we get to take advantage of the effect. A next turn, potentially a full Smork turn. Depends a bit on what he's gonna do, what we draw.
Just like flying a rocket.
Just like flying a rocket. We might just have to bump into that. Alright, so 12, 14, 16, but then another 2. So 24, 8 off, right? If we worm the lifesteal, hero power, and smack him, we'll push 14 damage. We're still going to be 8 off. If I worm into this, and he trades these into the worm and the 6-2, I technically still have lethal developed. So I think I prefer that, yeah. Just to prevent him from getting the health here. A reasonable chance we get to kill him with one of the 6 power dudes surviving.
Reporting for duty. The battle is over. You win. Let the hunt begin. Bring it on.
Deal. He drafted 7 1-drops. Well, the sharpshooters aren't really 1-drops, as you guys could see in that previous game. A regular 1-drop wouldn't have sniped that A-bomb to deal 5 damage to his board. So they retain their value throughout the match. Hey! Look at you! Look at you! But follow me. Thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome. Much appreciated. And happy holidays to you. You don't mind a bear trap, but you really mind an explosive trap. I don't think we can do anything. See if that's a snipe. Either of them. Nope. Hunter traps are really good at slowing the game down. But it's still better than proccing them, in my experience. Because in exchange for him not taking damage, we are getting full control over the board. He has a hard time developing stuff. Into the 2-3? Yep. That's how they do, man. That's how they do. It's gonna be another one of those games. But we have the answer in our hands. We just need to be patient. Just need to be patient. Wait until turn 7, knock them all out of the trap range, and then smack him. Alright. I'll use my face because we can Mukla it. I'm not sure if I want to proc Catrick here. Also, Freezing Trap is not very good because he has the Rusher in his hand. So I might just have a very, very slow turn with face, hero power, pass. Because Anomaly doesn't really make sense unless we Freezing Trap. And we just talked about how Freezing Trap is bad. Because Anomaly is only going to be on 2 health after the Mukla shot. So I think we're fine taking it slow. Just doing this in hero power. Yeah, it's double face secret. Oh, yes, this only deals... Okay, interesting. Maybe I do. I knew that, chat. I knew that. For some reason, this looks like a 4 damage weapon. It's the first time I played with it. I think I may sack a 2-2 then. I'm not actually sure. I could quick shot. But then I give him the beast, right? Nope. Okay, we're good. Alright, so next turn we get the Mukla. Boom. It's pretty fun. Yeah, that was completely intentional, right? You could see that. Based on the boards, this is perfect. That was the right play. No! Alright. That's actually not too bad. Just hero power, man. I can't do anything anyway. You got me right where you want me. Until the Mukla comes out. Greetings, Mother Trucker. We're gonna use face on the bear, right? Alright, Unleash the Hounds now is really bad, but something tells me that he would have used that to put the Pit Fighter on too. They love doing that. No, not Mamukla. Not Mamukla. Alright. Don't explosive trap, kids. It's not gonna end well.
Let the hunt begin.
Explorer stays for sure. I think I want to hit a 1-drop pretty badly. Well, at least we hit another 3-drop, so we're not too upset about this. Just want to edit the 1, there we go.
Best seats ever.
Alright, so how does this work?
Hey, down in front.
Our opponent is about to develop a 3-drop. We can't develop any 3-drop with more than 3 health. We also won't be able to dwarf next turn because we are coining now. The poisonous minion obviously has the best matchup versus anything, but it doesn't push as much face as a Firehawk would. But if he plays a spider tank, it gets pretty awkward if we don't develop the poisonous. So I think I'm preferring the poisonous here. Because if he plays a spider tank, we get to Firehawk, trade the tank, go face, and then next turn we get to dwarf here, trade or something. It's not a bad play. We can clear the board, but doesn't feel too much fun. But if I don't clear the board, Shadow Madness will win the game on the spot. What if I play Pantry Spider and just trade here? Troll Batrider is not a problem. Shadow Madness, a little bit of a problem. Not as much. Kind of like it, to be honest. It's a bit weird, but... Going in with the Pantsu Spider.
I hope you like my invention.
I hope you like my invention.
Bubble,
Sure. Alright. Dwarf looks super decent. Just trade everything and see what he does. See if we get hit with a little Scorcher. Maybe a little Nova. Maybe a little Shadow Madness. Chromatic Egg. Alright. I feel like we don't mess around and just take it out, because I have the poisonous for whatever dragon's inside. Is there an insane Death Rattle dragon he can take? You can get the 7 drop that deals 3, but this has 4 health, so... Sure. I want this Firehawk out, but I also want this Explorer down. I think it's more important for me to be able to answer his board than to try and squeeze more value out of the Firehawk. Hey, that's the one I was talking about. So Deathwing, pretty awkward versus Priest because they can always have that MC. But I still think you take it. It just has such a unique and powerful effect. It's really hard to go wrong with Deathwing.
They are bend to my command.
Firehawk plus Blade Master, trade in your poison, smack him for 8. Pretty good. The one problem is the 7/7 taunt gets pretty annoying then. So we could Shattered Sun the Dwarf and trade with the Dwarf and the 1/1. I think I like that a little bit more to prevent the 7/7 taunt from hitting the board.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Save the Shattered for the Hawk for 7 attack. Oh, you mean just... well, I mean, it's better for us to be able to jam that damage face, right? Alright, he goes to 1 here. Oh, he does not go to 1. Alrighty then.
You have been.
Rexar versus Rexar. Let the hunt begin. Bring it on.
Excuse me. That priest did nothing. Well, we had a poisonous minion on the board pretty much the entire time. So if he's primarily getting there through minions, it gets pretty difficult to do anything. ping trade into ping trade.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
The classic double dwarven sharpshooter debate. Got him. You had poison, but waiting made him lose anyway. I mean, like, yeah, but yeah. I mean, but what else is he gonna do? Kaladar, thank you for the 38 months, man. Welcome back. Happy New Year in 2020. You too, my man. Hope you guys will be well. So I was going to Stormhammer and then Ooze Ping. But I guess now I just ping Attendee into Ooze Ping.
Best seats ever.
Gotcha. The double dwarf gambit.
I'm like everyone's biggest fan.
Ah, it all makes sense now. Seems like we need some poison on the board. Could go face there. I think I want to make it less likely that he can kill my poison. Where do you get all these paid actors? I mean, this is the average opponent in the arena deck. I don't know what you're on about, me. I don't know what you're on about, man. Man. Alright. Chat, they're popping. Getting some reports that people are popping off. I think I might just let him have his poisonous.
I hunt alone.
No, this is just worse. This is the average opponent on your server at 7. I don't know, deck. Maybe it's just my superior drafting skill. Have you tried drafting Primordial Explorer and 3 Dwarven Sharpshooters? It tends to help. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, bro. That's probably a good enough for Honest, to be honest. You save a charge as well. And you have a 7/6 on an empty board. You could also go Spellkin, kill this, get a 1 thing. But it's just pushing out a ton of pressure. Your drafting skill is to make people draft Arena Fanatic. I mean, people just draft Fnatic, right? That hasn't changed. That's what they do. They like Fnatic. It's a fun effect, right? It's fun to try and make it work.
Your feeble magic amuses me.
Your feeble magic amuses me. We can't target it. What could I get for 1 mana to help me out here? They all get 7/0 all the time? Well, I mean, he can be 6/1 or something, right? He doesn't have to be 7/0. I think you just take the 8, suck it up. Bestial Wrath? This is a dragon, right? Doesn't do anything.
Quickly. I won.
That Fnatic was really annoying. Dealt 8 damage to my face. I know we're shit talking it, and I'm not saying it's a good card, but it's getting better with the amount of taunt and rush they have, right? Fnatic on a Corruptor, Fnatic on a Dragonid, Fnatic on a Warbear, Fnatic on just, you know, anything with rush or taunt. Because we're talking shit, right? But I just took 8 damage because he had that. Yeah. That's why I didn't want to play my taunt, because he might have this. And we can counter it now with our Tyrant if we want to. I think we do, right? And then we get the free 3 damage phase. Good cards are even good with Fnatic. Well, no, Fnatic gets less shit because of those cards. Right? Anything that allows you to carry that 1/1 into, you know, a relevant combat earlier is good, right? And this way it allows the opponent to, or it forces the opponent to interact with it with taunt, or allows you to interact with it when you're jamming what's his face, rushers and shit. All right, so we got a couple of options here. The most likely play, I think, is just play a 7/7, remove the shield, and then hero power. Alternatively, we can take the 5 to go to 8, and then trade Jebaited, but then we're not putting a taunt down. I don't love that. So I think we're just going like this. And then next turn, 5 and 5, or 5, 3, 2. Well, if I play Fnatic and then I play a Yeti deck, I'm not sure. Do you even mean that or not? Like I mean, do you mean like a Yeti? You can buff a Yeti too. I'm not sure if I understand it properly. Dragonbane is scary here. What's Dragonbane? Get 1 mana, 2 damage. You mean Spellkin into an arcane shot? Are you putting your face into the 5 then or not? Rack pop. Assuming you hit it to begin with, right? Oh, I mean, we're not talking about whether a Yeti is better than a Fnatic or not, right, deck? I thought it was pretty obvious. But it gets better, right? I mean, even a bad card can get better, even if it's not ideal. But yes, if we're talking about whether a Yeti is better than a Fnatic or not, yes, a Yeti is better than a Fnatic. But I thought that was implied. I sort of want to just debate it to 4-1 and leave 7-2 on our end and just hope he doesn't have anything. But I think we can start with Spellkin. On the other hand, Blade Master allows us the hero power, right? So what's happening here? If we debate it here, trade here, we're pushing 7 minimum. He goes to 17. If we hero power, he goes to 15. If we develop 4 power instead of 3. What can I hit from this that I would really want to play this turn anyway? Let's say I hit an arcane shot or something. I arcane shot here. I kind of want the 5/5 anyway, right? I think I just do it next turn, because I'll have the beast on board to attack with. Yeah. Let's just hope he doesn't kill us here. I think I perfectly made Hounds lethal with this play, right? Hounds. 5, 6, 7, 9? No. No. He'd be another turn off with Hounds. It's insane how we just keep pumping 3 damage every turn, right? The only turn we didn't was when he had his taunt in the way and didn't take the damage. Yes. Get us. Alright. We got a whole lot of 1-drops. But this thing is a little bit too good to pitch, right? So we'll just keep this. Once again, not the 1-drop I was talking about, deck. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
Well, it's not ideal, but I think I still prefer tracking so that we find something to smooth our curve out with. Whatever that is, we'll figure that out when we use it. Alright, well, Yeti seems to be the obvious curve smoother here, right? We have a 5-mana card, and 6 is a bit further down the line, so, yep. Gotcha. Is the 1 and 3 broken? So if you're not familiar with the last set, Mr. Lex GR, I would advise you to look up the Scent of Dragons, just the card list. There are going to be many cards you can't believe they exist. Like this is an example, right? This is an Emperor Cobra, which is a very respectable arena card. It's not premium, but it's respectable. Emperor Cobra is something you're not sad to draft. And then they slapped Discover a Dragon on top of Emperor Cobra's body. So this is an example of a card that shouldn't exist given the power level that was normal, right? So there are just some insane cards they printed. This still has 3 health. This also has 3 health. This is even a bit weaker because they can execute it, right? So there's a lot of cards that just do not make sense. I like Scalebane, I think, here, right? We're in a really good aggressive spot. We're going to put a Yeti down. Yeti with Scalebane. That seems like a really nasty turn 4, turn 5. Gotcha. In Constructed, the 1 and 3 has no effect. I sort of like the toxic reinforcements thing. I love the artwork, so any deck that makes that work is very fun. I feel like Arena has gotten a lot more about having the right cards than making the right decisions. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can talk about on that subject, right? But I would agree, right, without bringing buckets into the talk, that the more powerful cards you print, the more it becomes an all or nothing proposition where it's you either have it or you not. And if your opponent has it and you do not, it's going to be difficult to overcome that gap. If your opponent has 3 of these Dragon Explorer cards and you don't, it's going to be a lot more difficult than, you know, if your opponent has, say, 3 War Bears and you don't. War Bear is a really good card, and it's going to increase the chance of you winning the match. But it's not a, what is this? Emerald Explorer? What's this called? Primordial Explorer. Emerald's the Druid one, right? Yeah. So the more powerful you make an individual card, it's sort of like back in the day where Tarim was printed. We'd go like, oh, well, this game doesn't matter because our opponent discovered a Tarim. There's not much we can do about that. It's just so powerful. And yeah, now they're printing cards that are maybe not exactly Tarim level, but they're getting pretty close and they're easily accessible. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this insane power creep stuff they're doing. Well, even though we didn't get the Yeti buffed, we still have a 5-5 and a 4-3 with initiative on our side of the board. Scorcher in the hand, we can still ping to deal 2. We could develop 2 River Crocs for 1 mana apiece, although giving him taunts might not really be that good. Can probably protect him for a while. Potentially really bad into a Fool's Bane if he's got that. Scorcher could be good, but it could also be really bad if he has Execute, because we would be making it a lot easier on him to target our Scalebane. So if you want to play around that, we could go for the ping trade, put the Blade Master down, put a Taskmaster down. Gets a little bit annoying if he has an Evasive Worm. Evasive Worm, super nice to trade the Scalebane with. In that respect, Scorcher might be better because Scorcher means you have a 6 health body on the board and Evasive Worm only deals 5. So while we open up Execute, I don't feel terrible about playing the Scorcher, mainly because it gives me a better answer to Evasive Worm, and I think Evasive Worm is a more annoying beat than the Execute. So recognizing the Execute's downside, we're going to develop a 6 health body to free kill the Evasive Worm with after he kills our Scalebane. Alright, now that we have a 6/6 body, there's a good chance we might just smack him in the face and ignore the 5/3 altogether. But we'll first see if he's got it. We'll see if he wants to execute. If he doesn't deal with the Scalebane this turn, we're going to have to be careful for a coined Twin Tyrant next turn. Twin Tyrant deals 4, which is pretty annoying for our Scalebane. But we'll see. Next turn might just be Vomit our hand with 3, 3, and 1. He's buffing. Corruptor, trade. Alright, that definitely did something for him. Are you Canadian? No, I am Belgian. Alright, we can develop the Ghoul. And he gets to trade into the Ghoul. But that means that he is not trading his 4 and 2 into the 6/6. Interesting. So we're going to play a Taskmaster every time because we want to set up the double 3 drop, right? The 1 mana always gets to the 1 drop. We're always going to trade, but if we play Ghoul, we'll play Ghoul first. So the goal of Ghoul here would be to direct his attack from the 4 to here, as opposed to dealing 4 damage here and then having 2 damage out of hand. So it's a sacrificial Ghoul, if you will, to distract him from killing our 6/6, which is good at pushing phase. Are we playing Spider or Blade Master then? Because I'm pretty happy with setting up the Ghoul that way. Blade Master develops 2 more power than Spider, but Spider might make your Twin Tyrant a lot cleaner because it gives you 2 times 1 damage to smooth things out with, so I think I prefer that. Because we're still playing for the board for a little bit at least. We're playing Tyrant next turn. You're almost always going to make some kind of a trade to make it better, unless you get the perfect Tyrant. But if you get the perfect Tyrant, I don't think we are sad, even if we develop the Spider here. And if he has a 5 health minion, it's just so much easier to trade into 1/1.
What now?
I was hearing this TH sound like D. Could you give me an example? He has no coin, so no Tyrant. No, but we're lining up for Tyrant, right? But yes, he did use his coin last turn, so he's not gonna Tyrant us this turn. Shady is secretly French Canadian. I'd do an impression, but I'm afraid I'll sound offensive, so not gonna do that. He's not gonna Tyrant us this turn. Yep, I can hear that. So would an American have more of a TH sound there? Would that be more the norm? Well, Tyrant would be fine here. Mukla's not that bad, but Tyrant's sweet, and we get the buff to Tyrant's body after this, so... Ended up working out okay-ish, right? We have that 1 damage here to make that trade a lot smoother. Now we have the body for Champ next round. I hadn't noticed that. I'm assuming British people would have a proper TH sound for sure. Wasn't aware that that was also an American thing. Mukla is not going to live, so I think I'll just put stuff on the board this round. Oop. Executed the Tyrant. Kind of sucked because we wanted to buff it with the Mukla. Hey Marta, thank you so much for the God knows how many months by now, because you've resubscribed on this account. But thank you so much, Marta. Happy New Year to you as well, soonish. Welcome back. Zeta Cypher, thank you so much for the 9 months as well. Have an awesome New Year's. You too, Zeta Cypher. Thanks so much for the support. Uh-oh. That's the counter to a wide board. We're getting owned. We can't kill that 4-3 on our turn. It's going to gain too much armor off that. Quick shot does it, right? Oh, that is so close. I don't think that changes anything. We probably just have to play out and ping his face and trade. So close. Oh. As it stands, Mukla is lethal when it lives, and he can't use his face into the Mukla and armor up and survive the hero power. He shouldn't be able to get that armor either, because he'd have to kill it off on his turn. He can't afford to Alex or Deathwing, because they both cost 9 or 10. Or they either cost 9 or 10, respectively. 9 or 10. You need a detox from the food? Me too, Marta, me too. I said I was going to be clean, but I'm not yet. But I made sure I had enough rest, so we're feeling good today. We're getting a New Year's brunch tomorrow. And we're going to order some Chinese today, so... Dirty, dirty bulk. I can't even call it bulk, because I'm not really working out right now. I'm trying to squeeze in some pull-ups and push-ups. Not much else. Wow, he's gonna live. That's really not good for us. So he will not be able to play Deathwing unless he gains more armor from this moment on. But he can afford to jam his Alex. Alex is probably the end of the game. Why does your 1-3 say reduce Hunter APM? Everybody know that the face is the place. I mean, it's a 1-mana 1/3. It needs some kind of downside, right? Hey, we got there.
For Doomhammer. Let the hunt begin.
Alright. That seems acceptable. We do want the 1-drop.
Job's done.
What? I did not top deck a 1-drop. Outrageous. It looks so easy to play Arena watching you. Well, I have my days. I also have days where it's not as clean. Oh boy. This Stormforged axe is going to suck, huh? Please just totem. A lot of Arena is just knowledge. You need to know what to play around. You need to know what on average is going to be better. So if you have that knowledge, it looks a lot easier because I can easily make some decisions that are likely going to turn out better. But it's also very easy to mess that up. I think I played as spiders even though he gets a free kill on one of them. Actually not sure. There is a world where he doesn't have a turn because he's played a lot of cheap cards already. And if he's hero powering and he lands a taunt totem or a healing totem, Pantry Spider has some serious downside to it. So he has 3 cards in his hand and he will likely have 3 cards again next turn. That'll make this a 4/3. I think I actually should play the Ghoul this turn and let him trade it. And then I'll have a 4/3 instead of a 2/3. Alright. He makes the trade. He's not going to go crazy here. If you play Firehawk and he has Troll Batrider, you are in some serious trouble. So maybe it's just Quick Shot Hero Power. The problem with Quick Shot Hero Power is that you'd rather play a 3-drop this turn, probably Firehawk, and then on turn 5 you'd play your Quick Shot and a 3-drop. It just means you're getting absolutely owned if he has the Firehawk as well. I think you just Quick Shot and assume you draw out of it. Hopefully he has a shitty turn now. I don't see him dragging. Yeah. All right. Pantry Spider Hero Power sort of lines up for Dwarven Sharpshooter Hero Power Firehawk. I think, once again, I'm fine with that to prevent the Troll Batrider from destroying us. Where's your Quick Shot? It's in the discard pile. We just used it to kill the Grizzly. Let's keep up, man. Come on. We can't be living in the past.
A simple step.
Is he trading? He is. That's actually quite good for us that he refilled.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears.
And now we've successfully bridged our turns and we get to play a 7 and 8 and then potentially buff everything on 9. Whew. That was a bit of a shaky early game, right? Didn't really have much to do. If he has a good answer here, we're just gonna get destroyed. I don't really want to preemptively trade the spider into the fire alley because he can't hex the 7/7 anyway. But we'll see. Trading the 1/2 into the fire alley would prepare for a tyrant, but funny enough, it would have had the exact opposite effect here because now tyrant's pretty good because we didn't trade. So hey, we'll take it. Tyrant's so sick, right? Because even if you hit a big minion, you prep it for the kill. Because you'd think that dealing 4 damage to that is not good. Oh, he does not want 7 face. I don't really agree with that. I think face seemed better. Whew. Anomaly Mukla hero power, that's one play. Anomaly Cleric Stormhammer hero power is the other. We preemptively donk the 3 and 5. He did player on Bone Mirror. Oh yeah, I mean, there's obviously upside to killing the frog as well. I just don't think there's as much upside to killing the frog as to deal 7 face. Well, I think we're just out of the game, but we'll see. His early game was super nice, and then the fire elemental to just keep curving. Oof, alright. GG. Completely destroyed.
Rexa versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Let the hunt begin.
Playing against the druids, we could keep potentially the arrow, but I'd rather just go for a strong start. Explorer's pretty good. Getting the Mukla and the 6-drop this early, not so much. Passing turn 1 as a hunter on the coin. Not great.
It's time for a little blood.
All right. Get our explorer out. Alrighty then. I like to always pause a moment just to not give him the snap Deathwing effect. But it's just a habit of me to just pick Deathwing pretty much regardless of the game. Because even if you feel like you're not going to need it, you'd rather have it and not need it than the other way around. Sometimes it's the incorrect pick though, right? If you're going to die pre-Deathwing. But right now there's nothing to indicate that for us. Nothing here indicates that we're going to die pre-Deathwing, or at least not yet. He can hero power that, well, that's fine. We're not going to be bullied into trading into the 5/2. Wow. Looks like we definitely made the correct call to force out that hero power. Could be a Mukla on curve turn. Hope not. Looks like it is. The chance that we get clawed here, pretty high. But it's still better to play it and make him claw and then just curve out from there than to not play it, add in the hero power, and then he doesn't even have to.
I see your weakness.
Sure. That's good. That Deathwing might come in handy. So it's about to receive 3 claws. Man, this side quest is so nice. 2 attacks is nothing, right? And then you get 6 damage, 6 armor. Distributed in chunks of 2, but not splittable on the turn itself. Trade, get the claws. We probably have to kill the poisonous. We'll see. Maybe we don't even play Draconid. If you play Draconid here, he'd have to use all 3 of the claws if we kill the poisonous. But I sort of want to be able to use the sharpshooter then. So I think you do just play it. So far we are losing quite badly. And without the Deathwing, I'd say we have close to no chance. With the Deathwing, I'd put it more on a 50-50. Oh, well, that's convenient. We don't have to do that, but it's still just some pretty sick tempo. It's funny, I almost don't want to do it, because you can just use the dwarf guy to ping, and then he just trades the 2 and then hero powers. It's because he has 3 claws in his hand. So removing this 2 and 2 just means he has to use 1 less claw. So I actually don't think you play it the more I look at it. Because you only need the 1 damage here, and the 2 damage here is sort of irrelevant. So I'm dealing 3 damage, and 2 damage is sort of irrelevant. So I think you just go for the sharpshooter ping this turn, and then next turn you go for that. Alright game, thank you. Those are very, very useful for my 3 total rush minion deck. Excellent. Alright, so we just paid 5 mana for a 3/5. Feels okay, man. We get to discard more cards with Deathwing, though. That's nice. You know? It makes you feel a little bit better. See everything. Fire. Does not use the claws. That is a lot of health on that boy. Tyrant looking a lot better already. Dealing 4 damage now instead of 2 sort of irrelevant damage. Trying to figure out what I want to play, if I want to play something. You could play another sharpshooter and try to force a claw hero power and a trade here. Because we're getting closer and closer to Deathwing. The question is, do you want to do that? Well, you could actually just play an attendee and have a similar effect, huh? Yeah. I think allowing you to sharpshooter ping next round is probably fine. There's still a good chance you'll just jam the Deathwing, but we'll see. You are playing a 4/8 body against a druid. Which body are you referring to? Rackpot? It's giving us the ping. You have a 4/8 trading this turn instead of a 3/5. Are you referring to the Tyrant, the 4/10, or not? Just help me understand, right? Because right now you're not really making sense. All right, let's talk about Savage Roar. If we ping trade, he has 8, 9, 3 bodies, slap another 8 on that, 17. Sort of close. We're pushing 5 only. I'll see what he does on this. Ooh, I actually didn't kill a 1/1. Did I not trade? Ooh, that's bad. We'll see. So, Rackpop, are you telling me that you would have preferred the outcome of the other line? Where you don't get the Tyrant to 4/4? Or not? Because the main argument is for you to get a better Tyrant the turn after. Right? Just making sure we're understanding each other. Alright, this feels like the Deathwing turn. And then hope you don't start drawing Albatrosses. You could trade Camouflaged Hero Power. He still has those claws in the hand. But you have a 2-turn with Deathwing regardless, right? 24, 17, 18, 20, 20. Ooh, no, you don't. You don't have... Oh, yeah, no, you Hero Power, right? So it's 24, it's 28. Yeah, I don't think he can do 28. 19. He can do 25. Yeah, it's 2 turns, so just set it up. You would have liked the Tyrant on the board smacking him? Well, you're not smacking him with the Tyrant, you're trading there, right? On that board. And it's only 4 damage. I just don't understand why you dislike the Tyrant killing the Dwarf. I guess that's what I'm referring to. Because you're effectively Tyranting for 1 and 2 damage. And the 2 damage is largely irrelevant because he can just claw. We're not talking about it being annoying that he uses a claw. We're saying that he could claw instead of the 2/2 body. So you're hardly doing anything. He has too many cards to Deathwing? I mean, I feel like okay, so I feel like what you're doing is you're just honing in on one specific thing and saying, oh, this could go wrong. Look at all the other stuff that goes wrong when I don't Deathwing here. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna go trade, put this down, and then he what? He trades 1 and smacks me in the face? And then I'm just in a bit, and then I'm just in a worse position, right? It's an unfortunate draw. Like, yeah, he has a lot of cards in his hand. No shit, right? That's annoying. But do I really have a choice? I don't think so. Just play cards, forehead. Is Corruptor better than Hero Power here? Corruptor to Yeti, trade 1 Corruptor into the 3/4. This can trade my Deathwing. Kill Alex? Ooh. He can claw though, but yeah, we can kill Alex. You're right. That is an option I hadn't considered. Deathwing will never make it through the turn because he has 2 claws, but you can cheese the extra 12 damage. We can try. We can try. I don't hate the suggestion. He can't face it? Oh, he can, right? He's gonna gain 5 armor this turn. Oof. GG. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza into UI. Which is an example, right, of the just outrageous power swings in this meta. Like, Dragon Queen UI, like... A Druid on high winds you can count on UI? No, that is absolutely incorrect. And if that is the case, then don't bother playing, right? Right? Why bother? Druid has many good cards. You do not need to assume they have an unleash, a UI. Many of my Druid decks that do well do not have UI. I'm thinking about keeping the Yeti. I think against a rogue I like it. Oh, Malchazar. We hit both our 4-drops. That was kind of interesting. You were assuming Savage Roar. How is that any different? Well, I would advise you to go to hsreplay.net and look at the average Savage Roar per deck and the average UI per deck. And then you will know what I was talking about. Also, that's a good point. Playing around UI is essentially killing him on turn 9, which was not going to happen. Or making it so that he can't cast UI because you'll have lethal, which is extremely hard to do. You need to be winning very hard. Whereas playing around the Savage Roar is a fairly straightforward thing to do. He went for Stolen Steel instead of the hero power. Alright, so let's focus on the game again. We're in a very comfortable position right now. We have a 4 into a 5. I'm considering just jamming the Volcanic Drake. I don't think we want to wait on the Farian. And I don't think we need Hungry Dragon either. We have 2 4-mana cards in our hands. So let me be clear, Rackpop. I'm not trying to attack you, even though I might be quite passionate when I'm talking about these things. I'm just trying to explain how I play the game, right? And for me, it's a little frustrating sometimes when comments come across as if, you know, it's very straightforward and you should have just done the play forehead, right? But I do realize that sometimes it might be a little bit too much. And you're just, you know, you're just trying to explain how you're thinking about the game. Let me first try to figure out this turn. It's kind of interesting. You get the Volcanic Drake out, but I don't think you want to. I feel like I might even put the poison into the 1/1 and then just Yeti in face. But you could also Dwarf to save your poison, which is probably the better play, right? Yeah. Let's save the poison for now. Whoa! Where is your Yeti now, huh? Imagine not playing around a True Silver against a Rogue. What a basic mistake. Still an okay spot, though. Get your funnel cakes here. Funnel cakes. Get your funnel cakes here. Oh, both Calm Down, I'm a Doctor and the 4-mana poison guy are in right now. So Scorcher and clear the board's not too crazy. Because 1/1s are pretty darn scary. Kind of Monka scary, even. I have more keks.
Wait for me!
The sun has set for me.
So we're 1 mana off from Hammer and Dragon, right? I sort of don't mind Hammer and Ghoul. We have to be careful for his Tyrant though. But I'm still quite happy clearing the board because the poison guy is still pretty scary. Oh man, sorry, I'm a little distracted because I read pretty much everything typed in chat, and I'm just trying to see if I'm being fair. So the problem is, Alex, that you are pretty much every question you ask is designed to try and get a rise out of me or to try and bait me into something. And you know this, so the thing is like, oh man, so punished, right? I guess. The thing is, even me answering this is probably something you want and like, yeah, right? So yeah, I do kind of ignore you. And I don't think that's unreasonable given, you know, you could look at your message history and it's all just baits and weird questions. So yeah, I'm not gonna feel bad about that at all, actually.
Calm down! I'm a doctor!
Drake was playable? Was it? Oh, it was 4. Right. Yeah, so I'm distracted. I'm genuinely distracted here. So I'm gonna try to just play out the game now and we'll see where we end. If I use this, 2 things die, this goes to 4. That seems pretty good. On the other hand, it's actually quite bad for my it's actually quite bad for the Tyrant play. It's actually really bad into Tyrant. Man, I really wish I hadn't made that mistake. I don't think I can actually make that play. I don't want to play into Tyrant like that. Papa, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome, man. Thank you for the support. Happy that you're joining us. It's a couple of very good cards we could hit here. I don't mind trying.
A simple split.
Ah, we could also hit some useless garbage. It's all just, you know, it's all just an option. It doesn't have to be like that. I could also just buff my face +1/+1. That'd be nice. I don't think I can play this because he will stab here and Tyrant. But this this solves this, right?
Cleanse the sun well.
Well, Alex, I would advise you to go over your message history and be honest with yourself. And if you really, really don't see it, then I too can't do much about that. I think a lot of the time it's just not wanting to see it then. And that's fair. Maybe we just communicate on a very, very different, in a very, very different way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then we're probably just not right for each other. Man, if I hadn't messed up as much with the ghoul. Oh yeah.
Tonight, a tale of long lost worlds.
Need something unusual.
My mouth very slow.
What's going on? Not much. Just me trying to be honest, right? And at the high risk of being baited, but I don't mind it too much.
Rexa versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Let the hunt begin.
This is actually kind of okay against Pally, right? I'm out of this drama. It's not drama. See, the thing is, I do not mind talking about it. Because I feel like I usually have a fairly good understanding, right, of what's going on and where my thoughts are. Except when I'm missing 1 damage on my ghoul and nearly costing myself the game. Most of the time, right, I can... But I just take some moment to just arrange my thoughts and see, you know, what I mean, what I want to say.
Nothing but a bunch of big bears. Reporting for duty.
Okay. How does this work? Our opponent has 3 mana next turn. He can develop, say, a Firehawk. We have 3 damage for that. That's not a problem. If our opponent develops 4 health, we can even just sacrifice the Sharpshooter. I don't really see many reasons to not develop the Ghoul.
I move quickly.
We could have also done something where you develop the hammer and then you trade, and the next turn you can ping, use the hammer, develop the 1-drop, but I don't like that as much.
Reporting for duty.
Jimmy Mac, thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Well, so far this is going extremely smooth because our opponent isn't doing anything. But we're just going to keep developing on curve, taking good traits, and smacking them.
Reporting for duty.
What you want?
He's, guys, is there any... Okay, thank you. I was going to say, guys, is there anything that makes hero powering good right now? Like, is Frost Giant in or I don't know. But it's like, yeah. He's just hero powering. Blink Rider, thank you so much for the Prime sub as well. Sorry, I missed that just now. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I guess we digging. Yeah, Stein, I really could and I really should and I will, but not right now because I feel like I first have to get some other stuff sorted. I'm definitely postponing that. I don't know, it just feels a little weird. Like, how do I go about it? Where do I message? I guess I look at their YouTube and see if they have a contact email and I just send them an email. It's probably pretty straightforward. Like, I guess I'll just, like, see if I can get your contact email and just send them a quick mail and see what happens. All right, anyways, let us go. Too many 1-drops, 3 and 3. Yeah, I'll be honest, right? I don't think the curve is ideal, but if you just look at the curve, you get a very different idea of what those 1-drops do. 2 of those 1-drops are statted like 2-drops. They're 2/3s. Now, it's not like they're premium minions, but they're definitely not 2 and 1s, which, you know, are fairly useless later on. So then you have 2 Taskmasters, which retain some value through the mid-game, because they don't just get pinged off. And then there's 3 Dwarven Sharpshooters, which retain value almost throughout the entire game. And then suddenly you have a very different picture of what those 1-drops are, because you just have the 2 regular 2 and 1s, which is the more standard 1-drop stat line. And then you have those 5 other 1-drops, which do quite a bit more. 3 of them, definitely. We are playing against the mage, and we are going first. So hard mulling for a 1-drop seems preferable here. Go ahead and throw that away. I'm scrolling over chat right now because I see there were some questions I missed. We did get the one. Hey, there we go. Yesterday I drafted a mage deck with 5 arcane breaths. It was pretty fun, but also pretty broken. What do you think of this? Should there be some kind of a limit? Well, no, that's sort of how the arena works. You can have as many of the card, and it rarely really breaks the arena. It just creates for these fun moments where you're like, oh my god, I had, you know, 5 backstabs, and it's probably not even good. Ooh, okay. Whew, right on time. It's not ideal, but it's a whole lot better than nothing. Alright, so we're definitely equipping this. We're definitely smacking this. Now, there is a world where you push 3 face, but I think against the high-level mage, we're just going to assume that he's going to have something. Scale Rider's still a possibility. Dead Speaker's a possibility, so we'll respect it. It's just a 2-mana, well, not a 2-mana, but a 4/4 on turn 2, pretty good. Mortal Coil is absolutely useful here. That's nice. We do not have a way to spend our mana yet, so we're definitely starting with that, seeing if we hit it. Hopefully we find a 3-drop here, just something to play. Nope, unfortunate. So, early curve not quite working with us. We have a good turn 5 probably. Well, maybe not actually. Oh wow, yes please. Okay, now we're back in it. We're back in it. Yeti would have been amazing last turn, but hey, better than nothing here, right? We don't really want to Scorcher. I mean, you could Scorcher, it's not crazy. You're going into his turn 5. I think you'd still take the Yeti. Where's the Diggy music? It's been copyrighted, so I can't play it if I want to also make a YouTube video out of this. Ooh, baby. Could just turn that into, oh guys. Alright, so our opponent has 6 mana next turn. If we take out the Sorcerer's Apprentice, he can't Flame Strike yet. He could Blizzard, right? That's a possibility. We're currently considering using the Sharpshooter to turn into a 4/4 rather than our 4/2. I'm not sure if that's preferable or not. Our opponent has 1 card that was generated by Slinger, and we have no idea about the other 4. Next turn, we can just jam a 7/7, so even if he ends up Blizzarding, it's not too bad. Do we want to use our hero power to ping something next turn? We could Baited Arrow next turn, but that means we're going to make a 5/5 into his 7 mana turn, which is a portal turn. So I think in most situations, you're going to want to play the Draconets to avoid Fireland's Portal as well. And I think if that's the case, we should probably just transform our Sharpshooter rather than the Yeti. Because if our opponent Blizzards here, or Arcane Explosion, Ping, or whatever, he can't really do anything to the Draconet anyway. If we were to play Baited Arrow next turn, then preserving the 1/3 so we can ping Baited Arrow is definitely an option over preserving the Yeti. But I think we agreed that if he Blizzards, we're quite happy to develop the 7/7 untargetable on an empty board. Gives us a very strong sort of start, right, to the late game. Let's see how he replies to this. Now we might be able to, you know, just out-develop and kill him.
Prove your worth, cur.
I don't have a good Baited Arrow, do I? I do not. Our opponent cannot ping, but he can play Tyrant. This is a problem. I'm considering playing Pantry Spider and Mookless Champion to reduce the chance Tyrant is good. Because if I play the 6/6 and Hero Power, he will just trade his Yeti into my 7/7 Tyrant and trade the 2/3 into the 6/6. He's going to have a Tyrant, I'm going to have a 0/3. But if I play Pantry Spider and Mookless Champion, it's very RNG for him to play Tyrant. It could be very bad or awkward. So I'm just going to do this and see what happens. Scorcher being a Spiteful Smith would have been quite a bit better here, because then we could have just developed Spiteful Smith instead of Mukla. But if I play Scorcher, I'm going to put my guy on 6 and he can already double trade anyway. So I think I'd prefer this and see if he wants to take the gamble on the Tyrant. He can still high roll the Tyrant, of course. Positioning? It's mainly for rolling Fireball, separating the Mukla from the 7/7. We'll see if he jams the Tyrant here or not. No, no Tyrant this turn. It's going to, hey, there's a rolling Fireball. Look at that positioning, baby. Protecting our 7/7. Feels good, man. Alright, what are we doing? We have the option of trading the 1/1 into the 2/3 and using a baited arrow on that. We could just develop. We could just develop the Firehawk and the 6/6 and just trade push one face. Baited arrow does prevent him from killing the 7/7, and it didn't seem like he had an answer. Now he has this wild card spell from the Spellslinger. It's pretty awkward. So let's first talk about something, right? If he had a Flame Strike, would he have used it last turn? I'm thinking yes, right? I'm thinking yes. So I'm thinking we don't have to play around it. Yeah, I'm just gonna develop then and get the arrow out. I guess we can continue respecting the Fireball thing, right? Could have another one. So if we do not have to play around Flame Strike, I think we can quite safely put this out. Now he can have a portal and shoot the 5/5, which is annoying, but he's at the point where he has 9 mana, so he can shoot the 5/5, he can shoot the 6/6. It's just going to be a really good card from now on, Portal. There's not much we can do about that. And the untargetable here, super relevant, not being able to ping off the 7/1 after he trades. All right. Nice. I like that game a lot. We talked through a lot of the potential things he might do. A lot of them happened, and we ended up in a really good spot because we didn't give him an out. One of the things I really liked was the play around the Tyrant with the Mukla. I think that's a play not a lot of people make there, but Tyrant is so common and so strong right now that I think it's a very valid play. Just preventing, because it's such a straightforward turn where you put the 6/6 down, you hero power, you go face for 7, and you're like, haha, what are you gonna do? and then he plays a Tyrant on curve and destroys you, and you're out of the game. So it's very easy to forget about, hey, 4 damage to 2 of my guys is really nasty here. Yeah. Do you think talking out loud helps make smart plays? If you can do it silently, it shouldn't matter. But if you're easily distracted when you're thinking